What's up guys, Mickle here, and documents are going viral right now that people are saying shows Ripple suppresses the price of XRP to allow big institutions to get in. Guys, in these documents, we see Brad Garlinghouse specifically telling his market makers to let XRP breathe, and immediately after, XRP goes up hundreds of percents. In this video, I want to talk about whether or not Ripple has controlled the price of XRP, and if they do, what they are waiting for before they send it. Like always, guys, your support means so much to this channel. If you enjoy these videos, make sure to take a quick second to like the video and subscribe to my channel. It's really going to help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP or the FLR token, make sure to check out my favorite exchange uphold down in the description of this video. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So before we jump into the video, I want to point out two very important things we need to be paying attention to, and one is this Empower investigation that really has the SEC on their heels. Essentially, right now, the SEC is being investigated by their own Inspector General, and in my video last night, I just talked about how despite the fact that I thought this was a very important development, I didn't think the SEC Inspector General was actually going to find anything. And that's not because I didn't think anything actually happened. I just assumed because the SEC is so corrupt, right? They would make sure that no damning information was actually released to the public from this Inspector General report. But I just wanted to bring this to your attention because I think it was a really important point by one of the Empower employees and gives me a lot of confidence that we actually might get some very good information from this investigation. He said the SEC OIG Inspector General will produce a report that will give us at Empower something to scrutinize every detail of. If it doesn't match with the documents we've obtained through our FOIA request, we will call them out on it and it will strengthen the case for Congress to get more involved. So I thought this was really interesting and gives me a little more confidence towards the process. It looks like Empower is going to be making sure the Inspector General did a thorough job. And because we already know so much about what went on behind the scenes, it's going to be really hard for the Inspector General to do too much covering up for Bill Hinman and the Ethereum free pass. Overall, this is just a really good sign and something I did not expect at all. We rarely see justice delivered for politicians who do this kind of shady stuff behind the scenes. So when I first saw this investigation taking place, I really didn't get my hopes up. But what I'm seeing now is starting to make me a lot more confident that we might actually make some progress in really figuring out what actually happened behind the scenes in giving Ethereum a free pass and clamping the regulatory jaws on Ripple and XRP. Guys, really exciting developments here. And I say this all the time, but make sure you go give Empower organization a follow on X. They are doing an outstanding job. They're an independent organization. They don't have to be doing any of this, but they are making real strides in exposing what went on behind the scenes here. Now, before we get into the let XRP breathe drama, I quickly want to cover something that I think everyone needs to be paying attention to. Guys, there has been a lot of calls on X saying that essentially we're at the top of the market right now. The Bitcoin ETFs were at the top. We're at a Fibonacci retracement, and because of that, prices are going to come crashing back down. But I don't think any of these people are really paying attention to the fundamentals behind the scenes. Now, this is what I have been talking about for essentially the last 6 months now, and this is exactly how I saw it playing out. It's wild to see it playing out like this, but something I think the technicians and the people who aren't looking at the fundamentals are just completely missing. In this past week, we saw 6,000 new Bitcoins produced and put onto the market. That's essentially for mining rewards, people selling, whatever. In that same exact time period, we have seen 50,000 Bitcoin removed from the spot market via the ETFs. What we are watching is a cataclysmic change in the spot market. We now have the biggest institutions on earth evaporating Bitcoin from the spot market. This is something that technical analysis cannot take into account. The idea that the Bitcoin ETFs would be the top is absolutely absurd when you look at these numbers. We are watching Bitcoin being accumulated off the spot market at paces we have never seen before, and it's only accelerating. To me, this is the perfect evidence that this bull run is just getting started, and we still have so much more room for prices to run. We have really not entered any kind of mania stage yet. We haven't really seen any hype. The other week was the Super Bowl, and there wasn't a single cryptocurrency commercial. What we're watching in Bitcoin right now is big institutions, big buyers buying into the asset for their clients. This is a fundamental driven rally, and we are beginning to watch it trickle down into the other projects as well. The important point to note is there is nothing I see in these numbers that makes me think it's the top at all. And in fact, this pace has only been accelerating, and I have a feeling that if this pace really does continue at its current pace, we could be in store for one of the biggest bull markets we have ever seen in history. Guys, I needed to bring this to your attention because there are so many people pointing to different factors that I believe are insignificant, saying the top of the market is in, saying we're going to be heading lower. When I see 10x buying pressure over selling pressure, and that buying pressure accelerating, and with it having around the corner that's going to further decrease selling pressure, it is so hard for me to understand how people come up with the bearish case. And I want to finish this video off with the Let XRP Breathe drama, because there has been a lot of people talking about this as of recently. And Zach Rector actually did a video specifically breaking this down. So I want to first show you Zach Rector's video to really give you the other side of this argument and what he's seeing. And then I want to give you what I think, because I think I differ a little bit from what some people are saying. So first, let me play you this clip and then let me break down what I think.
We have an email thread that is between somebody on Brad's team, it looks like, and GSR.io. Now, the subject is the 4T bot. Okay. Now, we got a message right here. Brad, in parallel, I would need his Skype and his assistants, whoever is doing the sending of XRP. So that is GSR responding to Brad and his team, or whoever is going to be sending the XRP, right? GSR is a market maker. I'll show you who they are in 1 second. They respond, let's just consolidate reporting and accounting and let XRP breathe. That's right, folks. Now we scroll down here. They say we need to stop the 6T bots for the same reason we stopped the 4T bots. So they're talking about the bots that they're using, right? To trade, to buy, to sell, to do the programmatic sales to exchanges. This is during December 17th, 2017. We get a response. The message was very well timed. Perfect. We are going to pause the bots and monitor until tomorrow. We haven't done any tactical in 2 days. Please advise if you are okay with this. Now, take a look at this next exhibit right here for you guys. This would be the XRP price chart on that exact date. You guys can see right here on the 18th of December, 2017, this was right when Bitcoin was finishing up the bull run. The crypto bull run of 2017 was being completed. XRP had already gone from about 19 cents all the way up to about 80 cents, cooled back off to 67. And it was at 67 cents on this day when they send out the order, let XRP breathe, and basically turn off the bots. Over the next 2 weeks, XRP absolutely melts faces, going all the way to $3.30 and beyond. Depending on what exchange you look at, it's well over $3 though, right? So they decide to let XRP breathe, chill out on the bots, doing the programmatic selling, doing the trading that they were conducting, let it breathe. Well, they let it breathe all right. And over the next 2 weeks, you see what happened all the way up over $3.
So guys, there's no doubt that from the court documents that Brad Garlinghouse specifically said, let's let XRP breathe. And I think there's a lot of debate on whether or not that specifically means stop selling XRP, what that means. Personally, I do think it probably meant let's stop selling XRP for the time being. And I think it's very likely, right, that XRP did pump in some sort because of that. If there's less sellers in the market, there's no doubt that essentially buying power will have more prominence and increase the price of an asset. So did Ripple in some way contribute to the price pump of XRP? Maybe, but the thing I think that's kind of getting ignored here is the simple fact that XRP was pumping very, very hard before any of that happened. What we can see here is that when Brad Garlinghouse made his let XRP breathe comment, XRP was essentially trading between 25 and 75 cents. So XRP, right, did run after that. There's no doubt about it. But it's not like he made the comment back in February of 2017 when XRP was trading for 0.005 cents. If Brad Garlinghouse said, let XRP breathe when XRP was at 0.005 cents, and then XRP ripped up to $2, that's a completely different story. And if that was the fact pattern, then I would really be sitting here saying, okay, it looks like Ripple has immense control of the price of XRP. But the fact that XRP, right, before Brad Garlinghouse made those comments, went from half a penny to 25 cents really makes me question whether or not Ripple really had that much control over the price. What we're looking at is XRP going on a 10,000% run before that comment even got made by Brad Garlinghouse. So in my eyes, is it possible that Ripple could have some control over the price of XRP? Yeah, maybe it's possible. They do have a lot of XRP. Technically, they can dump it and suppress the price. But the other thing we know is that wouldn't be very good for business. What Ripple really wants to make clear to the market is that XRP is a neutral, decentralized currency that no one controls. If Ripple was out here manipulating the price of XRP, that would be really bad for that agenda and would likely deter customers from actually investing into the asset. So while I see what people are saying, while I understand it's definitely an interesting comment, Brad Garlinghouse saying, let XRP breathe, to me, the fact pattern really doesn't show that XRP did anything insane after that happened. In fact, most of the insanity in XRP's price, one of the craziest pumps we've ever seen in any asset in history, happened before those comments were even made. So right now, I'm still under the assumption that it doesn't really make sense that Ripple would be suppressing the price of XRP for any specific reason. I understand arguments people have made before in the past, and you know what? Maybe there is some truth to it that I haven't fully wrapped my head around. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comment section below, but I just don't think this specific comment by Brad Garlinghouse is a great example of it. To me, it would be a lot sketchier if he said, let XRP breathe at 0.005 cents, and then it went up to 25 cents. Obviously, then I would be looking at this in a completely different light. But what we saw is that Brad Garlinghouse said, let XRP breathe, and after already pumping 10,000%, it did another 200%. So for me, I don't really see this as evidence that Ripple really has control of the price of XRP. I don't think Ripple is incentivized to control the price of XRP because ultimately I don't think that's very good for their perception of the network as a whole. And if they really did have control of the price of XRP, wouldn't they want to pump it before the Ripple SEC case to really get some money in their pockets to fend off the SEC? Maybe I'm being naive here. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comments section below. But for now, Mickle out.